Okay, welcome, Beckster here. Right, so we have a question here from a curious man, that's his title, and he's put, how did I mess up? I asked the girl out, got her number, and set up details via text. Cool. I used a decent amount of Keynote touch. When talking to her during our first meeting, touching her hair, shoulders, etc., she was pretty receptive to it and complimented me a number of times throughout. Okay, so I always find when a girl compliments you, say thank you, and then give her a kiss. Lean in, give her a kiss on her cheek. It's a reward for doing it. And they like it, you know. You continued with, the night finally comes and she wants to meet at her place instead of mine. That means game on, in my books. We get some ice cream and walk by her roommates to hang out in the kitchen. I used a decent amount of sexual jokes, jabs throughout, and she was pretty receptive to it. Keynoted her leg and hands and we talked for a bit. I wanted to hook up with her then, but I was a little bit wary of her roommates being down the hall, so I didn't make any moves. Well, you got to escalate while you're in the moment. While the buying temperature is hot and you feel the time is now, it is now. Whenever you think it's time to kiss a girl and maybe you're not sure, it is the time. That's your chemistry telling you and your gut feeling telling you to do it. So do it. Don't delay. Okay, we had a nice conversation for a few hours sitting across the table. Right, so you've got a table barrier in the way now. Get up, move round, sit next to her. Now you could be right next to her. And you can keynote. It's easy to lead into a kiss. Or lean back into, a sexual position maybe. Her laying on top of you, you laying on top of her, whatever. Putting your arm around her, getting close, smelling her, looking in her eyes. That's, legs touching, legs over each other. These are all things you could have done, but you had the cock block of the wooden table. So, no table. This is also applicable for dates as well. Instead of sitting across from each other, say, I can't hear you from over there, use a little excuse, go round, sit next to her. There you go, done. Shows balls as well. A girl doesn't want to be speaking where you can't touch each other. The most you're ever going to do is a bit of footsie under the table. We're not in school now, are we? Right, so we had a nice conversation. No. You need to escalate your conversation. Okay, I text her, yeah, so we had a nice conversation for a few hours sitting across the table and sharing the same spoon. Good, good. Why don't you bring it into a kiss with a spoon? Okay. At the end of the night, she walks me to the door and says goodbye. I high-five her. That's for the start of an interaction. The attraction stage at the beginning. High-fives being, fun, high energy. Then, we build up to a bit of comfort. And then sexuality. You're in the sexual stage here. You've done the rapport. Now you get sexual. She was trying to get sexual with you. You missed the opportunity. You missed the buying temperature. You missed the hook. Okay? So high-fived her and said, let's do this again. She says, sure. Meaning, no, now. Live in the now. Eric Tolle, watch that. The power of now. Live in the now. Live in the moment. The future's a daydream. The past is gone. Live in the present. It's a present for you. Right. So I text her later in the night. We banter a bit with some inside jokes. Everything is good. So you still had a little bit of opportunity there to put it back. I would have just said, listen, I'm getting a cab round, or I've sent a cab to your house. You've got 30 minutes to get ready before he gets there. A little bit of a challenge. They love it. A little bit of an adventure. Keep it sexual, spike it. Get that spike back. Get that emotion back. Get the sexuality back. Okay, I text her more a few days later to set up another date and see what night she's free. She never responds. Yeah, you left it too long. Her buying temperature just went. She thinks you're not interested. She thinks you're messing her about, keeping her on the hook. and they don't want it. She didn't make any excuses, just straight up no response, haven't received a text since. Then, how did I beep up? Things seem to be going pretty well. I don't understand what happened when I just told you. So next time you can sort that out, but get the sexuality started straight away on the date by just sitting next to her. That's the least you could do. But yeah, man. Sorry that messed up, but remember, everything's a learning curve. Everything's practice, and with that advice, trust me, you'll be getting a lot more results. And if you have any questions further to that, or if she's replied since, put a comment below and I'll get back to you. So nice one, a curious man. Hopefully not so curious anymore. Take care, buddy.